It's Friday.
It's time for Mornings at 8 with Jonathan Mark on AM 1480 WLEA.
Oh, right as usual, Mr. Paul Harvey. It is Friday. Finally, Friday. About time. It's been yet another strange week. That's right. Especially with the weather. You know, it'd be kind of nice if it seemed a little more seasonable, I think. But I guess we're kind of stuck with it. We got to take it. Well, let me see what is going on here. We have a whole bunch this morning. In the first place, this is Flag Day. A day to display the American flag, the flag of the United States. And it isn't just a day to display the flag. It's a day to think about what the flag means, what the flag has meant to millions, hundreds of millions of people, not just here in the United States, but around the world. I was thinking, why are these, it's a little mysterious why suddenly hundreds of thousands of people are moving up from Central America and Mexico and all that. But when you think of it, maybe they're coming here because of what the country means. I know they're coming here illegally, but they're coming here anyway. And they came in the early 20th century. And they came here in the 19th century. And they keep coming here. Why? Because of the things that flag represents. That's why they want to come here. And that's why the flag is important. And I think it's well that we remember what it means and what it has meant. So far as the origin of Flag Day, I did just a little bit of research on this. This is June 14th, right? On June 14th, 1777, the Second Continental Congress meeting in Philadelphia passed the Flag Act of 1777, establishing our country's flag. That was in 1777. Now, 2 years earlier, right after, just a couple of weeks after the battles of Lexington and Concord, if you remember, 2 years earlier, which would be 1775, the Congress formally authorized the enlistment of soldiers to fight in what became known as the Continental Army. The Continental Army. So this is also the birthday of the U.S. Army. June 14th. The birth date of the American Army. And it took more than a century after the creation of America's flag for anyone to suggest a holiday to honor it. In 1885, a Wisconsin grade school teacher named Bernard Segrand held what's believed to be the first recognized Flag Day, which became a lifelong quest to establish a formal holiday. Woodrow Wilson issued a presidential proclamation calling for a June 14th commemoration in 1916, but it wasn't until 1949 that Congress passed legislation as a national holiday. It is not, however, a federal holiday. In fact, it's only an official holiday in any capacity in just one state. And can you guess which state that would be? That's right, it's Pennsylvania. Right? Okay. Another thing, too, about the flag, I think we've all heard in school or read in school, or at least we used to. I don't know if we do anymore. I have no idea. But we've all read that Betsy Ross sewed the first American flag. And, you've seen paintings or illustrations or something of Betsy Ross sitting in a rocking chair and sewing the first American flag. So that might be entirely apocryphal. In other words, maybe it didn't happen at all. Maybe it wasn't her who sewed it. But it's kind of nice to think of it as such. However, now this I didn't know until I started to do some research, is Betsy Ross was an official flag maker. There was a Betsy Ross, and she was an official flag maker for the Pennsylvania Navy. So the Pennsylvania Navy, that's what it said. So there was a Betsy Ross, and apparently there was a Pennsylvania Navy. Now that I thought was kind of interesting. But, as I said, the main thing to remember is the flag is very, very important. Maybe you have a big flag. Maybe you have a little flag. Maybe you have the bunting or something, Just display it somewhere. And think of what it means. Because there are a lot of people, a lot of soldiers, sailors, airmen, this and that, who have died protecting what that flag means, right? Over the years. And there have been a lot of people who have died for it. And a lot of people who are drawn to it. And it means a lot to a lot of people. So let us honor the flag on this one day, if not every day. We fly our flag every day at our house. But, if you just even on one day a year, I mean, it's so little to ask. It really is. And also, what else is coming up? Well, we have Father's Day. Father's Day is this Sunday. And I did a little bit of research on that, too. And do you know that Father's Day, or a form of it, is observed in more than 111 countries? More than 111 countries celebrate Father's Day, or something like it. Also, in Catholic countries of Europe, a sort of Father's Day has been celebrated on March 19th, which is the feast of St. Joseph, since the Middle Ages. So a form of Father's Day has been around for a long, long time. And when the Spanish and Portuguese came to Latin America, where March 19th is still often used for it, it's in South America, it's in Central America, it's in Mexico. In the United States, it's held on the third Sunday of June. And there's a big long list of the countries that celebrate Father's Day. Wowee. Anyway, it started in the United States as the third Sunday in June on July 5th, 1908. A West Virginia church sponsored the nation's first event explicitly in honor of fathers. A Sunday sermon in memory of the 362 men who died in the previous December's explosions at the Fairmont Coal Company in Monongah, in West Virginia there. It was a one-time thing, and it wasn't an annual holiday. The next year, a Spokane, Washington woman named Sonora Smart Dodd, one of 6 children raised by a widower, tried to establish an official equivalent to Mother's Day for male parents. She went to local churches, the YMCA, shopkeepers, and government officials to drum up support for her idea, and she was successful. Washington State celebrated the nation's first statewide Father's Day on June 19th, 1910. Slowly, the holiday spread. In 1916, President Woodrow Wilson, honored the day by using telegraph signals to unfurl a flag in Spokane. I don't know how that worked. How do we use a telegraph signal to unfurl a flag in Spokane, Washington? I don't know. Anyway, when he pushed a button in Washington, D.C. In 1924, President Cal Coolidge urged state governments to observe Father's Day. And in, 1972, in the middle of his re-election campaign, President Richard Nixon, signed a proclamation making Father's Day a federal holiday at last. And so now it's held on the third Sunday in June. And this is kind of interesting because you expect a lot of gifts on Mother's Day, but you don't expect a lot of gifts on Father's Day. But economists estimate that Americans spend more than $1 billion each year on Father's Day gifts, and there's got to be something more than ties. Okay, you can't have an economy based on ties. Okay, you can't spend $1 billion on ties. So there's got to be other things. But I was thinking about this. What do dads want? What would they want? I don't know. I really have no idea. I know, speaking personally, my dad never really wanted anything. He never really wanted anything. He just wanted all of us. There's me, I have me and my 2 sisters, and that's it. There's 3 of us. He just wanted us to be successful. Whatever you do, do as good a job as you can. Whatever you're doing. You could be the CEO of a company. You could be some guy on the radio here. Whatever you're doing, just do a good job at it. Do as good a job as you can. And he never really asked for anything. The only gift I can ever remember buying him, I bought him a shoehorn. I'm not making this up. I bought him a shoehorn one time. So I really can't think of anything I ever got him. But dads really don't expect much. And they don't. And it's kind of, you think of a mom. Okay, you can buy mom this, you could buy mom that. I don't really think moms want anything either. They just want you to be good kids, as good as you possibly can be. But dads don't want anything, really. Huh. And then you think of the difference between being a father and being a biological father. It's fairly simple to be a biological father. I mean, there you go, and you're done. There you go. But then you've got to be a father beyond that for years. And that's a whole other thing. They're inspirational. They're there as a backstop. They're there maybe to encourage you or something. But to be a biological dad is one, or the father is one thing, but to be a dad is something else entirely different. Now, do we have a phone call here?
We have someone
Brian?
entirely different on the line.
Don't tell me. This is entirely different. Would that be the mythical meteorologist, Rob Carolyn?
It would. Jonathan, good morning. How are you, sir?
Good, very good. So what are you going to do about this weather, Rob? I have a letter of complaint I've written, okay? Except I don't know who to send it to.
Andrew Cuomo.
Oh, I didn't think of that. I didn't think of it.
You should
Good.
have. See?
Okay, fine. I got it.
That's why I'm the mythical meteorologist,
That's
because
right.
I know who you need to contact.
Because you are, that's right, the all-knowing meteorologist, the magical
Exactly.
meteorologist.
Pay no attention to that man behind the curtain.
That's right. That's right. Okay, so what are we doing weather-wise here, Rob?
Well, we're trying to clear it out briefly for later today and into tonight, Jonathan. We've got a little wedge of high pressure stretching from Michigan on into the western part of Florida this morning. It's producing some beautiful fall weather from Detroit through Nashville and into Montgomery, Alabama. Why do I say fall weather? Temperatures in mid-Tennessee this morning, they were in the mid-40s. We saw record lows being set, a highly unusual pattern. Yesterday, looking at the charts to see a low-pressure system over the northeast with a trailing cold front into Florida. Florida doesn't get cold fronts in June. That doesn't happen. And there is a front stuck in Florida. A new storm is developing this morning over the Midwest and the central part of the country. That's going to track our way, and that's going to bring the wet weather in that develops this weekend and continues into next week. And unfortunately, I see no end to the pattern. I just think this is going to be the story. Through the summer, we get 1 to 2 nice days, and then it's followed by rain, another nice day or two, and then we get more rain, and I just don't see it breaking down. Today, we're going to look forward to some sunshine developing. It turns partly sunny. We're breezy. We're cool. 65 to 70. We should be about 75 this time of year in the afternoon. Sunrise this morning was at 5:33. It'll set tonight at 8:48. Tonight, we'll start clear. The clouds will increase after midnight. We're 50 to 55. More clouds and sunshine tomorrow. Breezy. There is a threat of showers tomorrow afternoon, 70 to 75. Scattered showers tomorrow night, 55 to 60. Showers Sunday, 70 to 75. And it looks like more showers and some thunderstorms for Monday too, Jonathan.
Oh, that's nice. Thanks, Rob. And that's really nice.
Look, I was going to say, your lawn hasn't looked this good in about 20 years.
You're right. Yeah, you're right. As a matter of fact, yeah, it does look good. Yeah, true.
One of the things I was going to say, I got to take a look at. When I was looking at the data, this summer is looking very similar to what happened to us in 2008 and 1997. And if you look at the gaps, they're 11 years. 98 to 2000, 97 to 2008 is 11 years. 2008 to 2019 is 11 years. What also is 11 years long?
That's right. The cycle of the sun. Sun cycles, right?
Exactly. And
That's
I'm
right.
actually going to be doing some research to see if the last time we had these cool summers, if we were in solar minimums, because if that's the case, then we've got some type of a trend there that's got to be studied a little further.
Uh-huh. Oh, Rob, I'll tell you, it's probably our fault. It's probably our fault. We are affecting the sun. It's pretty clear.
Think so? Yeah, global warming's now affecting the sun, huh? Well, it's affecting supposedly everything else.
Yeah. I remember reading one time, it was in the early 19th century, not that I was reading it early 19th century.
I thought you saw it right.
I know, right,
It came
yeah.
out on a piece of paper?
That's right. No, it was either 1810 or 1815 or something, where New England...
1816.
Was it 1816, the year without a summer, right?
Yes, it was due to a volcanic eruption that actually destroyed an island in Indonesia.
Krakatoa.
It had a massive... Exactly.
Oh,
And
very good.
the interesting thing is, Krakatoa started to return back last year, and they had a tsunami in Indonesia this past winter due to what was known as Little Krakatoa collapsing. It caused an undersea landslide, and that in turn produced a tsunami. But yes, Krakatoa disappeared in 1815, and the amount of dust that was put into the atmosphere from that volcanic eruption actually produced the following year, New England recorded frost in every single month out of the year.
Wow. Okay, on that cheerful note, let's hope the Krakatoa is like goodbye Krakatoa, you know what I mean? Okay.
Yeah, we'll see.
Well, there we go. Thanks, Rob. See you next week.
You got it.
Bye.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Eddie Garcia.
In Game 6 of the NBA Finals, the Raptors beat the Warriors in Oakland 114-110. Kyle Lowry and Pascal Siakam each had 26 points. Kawhi Leonard, named Finals MVP, finished with 22 points. Leonard joins Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and LeBron James as MVPs in the Finals with two different teams. He's also the first player ever to win an MVP in each conference. Toronto gets its first ever NBA title in franchise history as they knock off the two-time defending champs. As for the Warriors, Klay Thompson had a team-high 30 points in just 3 quarters. He suffered a knee injury late in the third, didn't return. Adrian Wojnarowski reports Thompson suffered a torn ACL in his knee. Golf, first round at the U.S. Open on Fox. Justin Rose is your leader after tying a U.S. Open record at Pebble Beach for the lowest round with a 65. Rose has a one-shot lead over 4 other players. In baseball, the Angels beat the Rays 5-3. In that win for the Angels, Shohei Ohtani made history, becoming the first Japanese-born player ever to hit for the cycle in a Major League Baseball game.
New to golf or seasoned veteran, you'll enjoy the casual, relaxed atmosphere of Vanderview Golf Course. 2 miles from downtown Alfred on Waterwells Road, Vanderview is a 9-hole executive-length golf course with a driving range on one side of the road and the course on the other. Family-friendly and fun recreation for everyone. Greens fees are one price for unlimited play, $9.50. High school students, only $5. Children 12 and under with an adult, no charge. You can play up to 18 holes or 9 holes with a cart and get the second 9 holes at no additional charge. Ladies and senior golfers who don't hit the long ball, Vanderview's got the executive length that's just right for your game. And new this year, a season pass for only $100. That's a lot of golfing fun for a very little bit of money. Vanderview Golf Course, 2 miles from downtown Alfred on Waterwells Road. Vanderview Golf Course.
Oh, we're back. Okay, there we are. I fell asleep there. Let me see. We all know, of course, this has been in the news for a day now, that Sarah Huckabee Sanders has resigned as press secretary for the White House. And you kind of wonder, with what's been going on down there in that 3-ring circus, how she made it 22 months. I mean, it had to be, every day, all day. It was nothing but problems. And it had to be terrible, but she did last 22 months. And as you know, there was a press briefing yesterday at the White House where President Trump thanked her, and then she thanked him, and everybody was happy, and she's going back to Arkansas, apparently to spend a little time with her family. So also, and this is the thing that really got this was on Drudge this morning. Okay, Sarah Huckabee Sanders, right, everybody knows that, and it's been in the news, and you were kind of expecting it because nobody really lasts long in the Trump administration for one reason or another. And also, at that press briefing yesterday, who else was there, which I found out on Drudge? Kim Kardashian. You have got to see this photograph. This is really something else. But Kim Kardashian was also there. And she was there to thank President Trump for his passion for criminal justice reform. And then she thanked his family for, let me see. No, that was Trump. No. Okay. Kim Kardashian. I want to thank the president for really standing behind this issue, justice reform, and seeing the passion he's had for criminal justice. So then he thanked her, and she's a wonderful person, and all that stuff. But the point of the article here is that here's a photo. This, as I said, you've got to check out this photograph. There's Kim Kardashian, right? And there's the presidential podium. And there's the seal of the President of the United States. clearly visible in this photo. This was well done, clearly visible in this photograph. So there's Kim Kardashian speaking at the presidential podium with the seal of the President of the United States in front of it. And what does it look like? That's right. It looks like Kim Kardashian is the President of the United States. And, I'm thinking, well, that's really crazy. And then I'm thinking, well, wait a minute. With all that's going on in the country, why not? I mean, why not have Kim Kardashian as the President of the United States? It makes perfect. Look at who's arrayed against Trump right now on the Democrat side. Kim Kardashian? Sure, I throw my hat in the ring. I don't see anything wrong with that. Anyway, they have, let's see, Medicaid for illegal aliens in California. Felons, there's a bill to allow felons to sit on juries. Now, how inclined would a felon be to convict anybody, anywhere, of anything, ever? Probably not too inclined. Let me see, the whole state's a sanctuary state. Let me see, in other words, federal laws don't apply in California. New York lawmakers want to legalize prostitution, start heroin injection sites, like make yourself at home and stick a needle in your arm. There are so many strange things going on in the country. It's a three-ring circus, a 3,000-mile wide three-ring circus. So why not have Kim Kardashian as president? And then I thought, wait a minute, hold it. Sarah Sanders resigned. Why not have Kim Kardashian as the official White House press secretary? Everybody likes her. She's had experience I really mean this.
Did you ever see the movie Back to the Future?
Oh yeah, about 85 times.
So Michael J. Fox goes from 1985 to 1955, and he goes up and talks to Christopher Lloyd playing the mad scientist.
Right. Oh yeah.
Who invented the time machine.
I have seen that movie.
Well, what you're saying reminds me of that.
Why not?
Christopher Lloyd saying, Ronald Reagan's the president?
That's right.
I suppose Jerry Lewis is vice president?
Why not have Kim Kardashian as press secretary? Everybody likes her. Of course, anything she said wouldn't make any sense, but it wouldn't make any difference. I mean, really, I don't see why not. Okay, fine, so that's my recommendation for press secretary. I don't think it'll be taken up on. But anyway, okay, see you Monday, 8:05. Bye.